I'm too lazy. I'm scared I'll fail. I can't afford to lose money. I don't know how to do it. What is the main reason that people don't start their own businesses? Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of not being good enough to succeed. And fear of failure. Well, today I want to talk to you and hopefully convince you that you should not be afraid to become an entrepreneur, and that entrepreneurship is in fact very powerful. Entrepreneurship is fundamental to the world of innovation. Why? Because entrepreneurship feeds on innovation. Time and time again you'll see that the most successful entrepreneurs find something that is missing in the market and pursue that. Entrepreneurs won't start businesses unless they have a creative, innovative product or service to offer. And when we talk about innovation, we're not just talking about a product or service that can provide greater social, that is completely new, but it could also be a variation of an existing product that can provide greater social benefits for consumers. A great example is Alibaba, a Chinese e-commerce company that provides business-to-consumer and business-to-business sales services. Often compared to America's Amazon or eBay, Alibaba was estimated in late 2014 to have a market capital, the market value of shares of a public company, of $168 billion, compared to Amazon's market capital of $157 billion. What has made Alibaba so successful is that it has created the first platform for China's e-commerce market to operate. It acts as the middleman between buyers and sellers and facilitates the sale of goods between two parties. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, said that when he first started Alibaba, a platform for e-commerce like that was virtually unknown of. And today, Alibaba's website accounts for nearly 80% of all online commerce in China. Now, Alibaba's business model is very much like eBay's, but what makes Jack Ma successful was that he tapped into a new market in China and was determined to make e-commerce the next big thing. So, innovation is about doing something differently, about doing something better, just like what Jack Ma did with Alibaba, and what entrepreneurs strive to do in the business world. The unique innovations of entrepreneurs can revolutionize the way that we live and the way we work, and can vastly improve our standard of living. If successful, wealth is created for the economy, jobs are created to drive down unemployment, and positive externalities are given to people for a prosperous society. Moreover, the 21st century has seen a surge in social enterprises. Social enterprises are revenue-generating businesses that aim to achieve social, cultural, economic, or environmental objectives. A great example of a social enterprise that is innovating for a good cause is Gravity Light, a unique device that generates light from gravity. 20% of the world's population has no access to electricity, and so people in these rural areas have no choice but to use dangerous kerosene lamps. The Gravity Light device is attached to a weight that when lifted for a few seconds can generate enough energy to power a light for 30 minutes. It has no deteriorating parts, and so it costs almost nothing to maintain. Gravity Light is changing the world of renewable energy by providing a cheap lamp that runs entirely by renewable resources. That is innovation. About 4 months ago, I started Fresco, a supper club-style restaurant that aims to serve fresh, vibrant, yet sophisticated food at UWC's very own boarding house. The idea behind Fresco was that I would cook a 3-course meal for up to 10 guests per night. Why did I do it? Well, firstly, it was a way for me to share my passion for cooking fresh, delicious food. Let me tell you the story of a dish I created. In Fresco's last menu, we served an appetizer of a grilled caprese. Now, for those of you who don't know, a caprese salad is a quintessential Italian salad that consists of fresh buffalo mozzarella or burrata cheese, tomatoes, and green basil, representing the colors of Italy's flag. Traditionally seasoned with olive oil, salt, pepper, balsamic vinegar, some capreses include pesto or rocket. Now, that's about as far as a caprese goes, and I love how good a simple caprese is, but I wanted to go further. Why not char grill the tomatoes to intensify their sweet tart flavor? Add grilled red peppers to complement and amplify the tomato's sweet aroma. Dress the rocket with balsamic vinegar to add a sweet peppery flavor. Infuse the buffalo mozzarella with basil so that every time you get a bite, you get a punch of pesto flavor. Boom! The grilled caprese was created and people loved it. So, again, innovation is about doing something differently, about doing something perhaps better, just like what I tried to do with my girl caprese. Being able to create new dishes like that and share that with people fulfills me in a way that I can't even explain in words. And I think that's something important to note in whatever you do, that it should fulfill you in a certain way. The second reason I started Fresco was that I wanted to pursue my interest in entrepreneurship. As a strong-headed and driven person, I wanted to do something different, something new, and something where I could contribute to a wider social issue. In light of the recent migrant refugee crisis in Europe, not many people are aware that Myanmar refugees have been prevalent in Malaysia for many years. As a Malaysian myself, I decided that the profits from Fresco would go to the Chin Student Organization, CSO in Malaysia, that aims to provide young Myanmar refugees with skills that will prepare them for future employment. Now, what I've done with Fresco is nothing new. In fact, lots of people start their own supper clubs. But what was to my advantage and what was innovative was that I had done something that no one else at UWCSEA had ever done before. And so innovation is not necessarily about doing something completely new, but doing something completely new in your surroundings, whether it's the area that you're from or the country that you live in. At UWCSEA, our values nurture us to be go-getters, to be the leaders of tomorrow, and to be the change that we want to see in this world. At the forefront of this philosophy is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs create businesses to break the social constructs of our world and to create things that go against the rules of mediocre things in order to create revolutionary change. That is what is at the heart of entrepreneurship. So you might be sitting there thinking, there's so many risks involved with becoming an entrepreneur. How can I make sure that I'm going to be successful? Well, I think there are 3 fundamental aspects to becoming a successful entrepreneur and that will lead you on the path of success. First thing, purpose. What is your purpose on this earth? What makes you tick? What are you passionate about, and what do you want to change in this world? Finding that passion for something is the ultimate key to being motivated to become an entrepreneur. Any successful business you find will have a strong purpose or vision that over and over again appeals to their customers. Why? Because people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. One of my favorite health food chains in Singapore, called Salad Stop, has this tagline: "We are not just a food chain. We are a movement that believes it is a basic human right to truly eat well." A movement. Instantly, people feel a part of this movement every time they buy a Salad Stop product. They believe what Salad Stop believes and will therefore want to be engaged in any of Salad Stop's products. On the other hand, if Salad Stop were merely to say, "We sell a variety of salads and wraps that are good for you," you think, "I can get a salad or wrap elsewhere. Why should I get yours?" Similarly, Fresco's purpose is to provide fresh, vibrant, yet sophisticated food to bring people closer to appreciating the beauty of natural foods. It was also created to bring the UWCSEA community together through good food. But of course, it was also created to save souls. And by that I mean saving people from eating Sodexo. So, a strong purpose is essential for any business, because people think of your business, your purpose, when they think of your business. The second fundamental aspect that I think will bring you towards a path of success is to believe in your philosophy. Because if you yourself don't, then who will? How are you going to sell an idea if you half-heartedly believe in it? Consistently believing in your business's vision is key to maintaining persistence and the drive to succeed. On the opening night of Fresco, I was all over the place. I was lacking in food prep, rushed for time, and fearing all along that my customers were getting impatient. But what got me through it, apart from the fact that most of my friends came on opening night and that Shiv Basin eats extremely slowly, was that I believed in what I was doing. I believed in the food I was serving, which I had put my heart into, and I believed in my idea of starting a supper club. And hopefully, I made others believe in the same thing. The third and final aspect that I think is super important for any entrepreneur is to not do everything for the money. Whilst costs and revenues are important, they are not the most important thing. Personally, I think we should measure the success of a business not in its profit, but by its impact on society and the greater good that it can create. And I know this is intangible, but doing something fulfilling that benefits others is far greater than making tons of money. A 2015 Nelson survey showed that 66% of customers on average would pay more for a socially responsible product. So, customers are no longer demanding cheap, affordable goods, but goods that they feel can create greater social benefits for both themselves and their environment. And so the positive externalities of your business come hand in hand with making money. Both Fresco and Gravity Light are essentially businesses that have used innovation for the greater good by contributing to wider social issues. Now, I don't want to scare you, but building a business is no easy task. And you're going to call me crazy, but I'm going to use one of my favorite fruits, the avocado, as an analogy to try to explain this to you. Here we go. It takes 141 gallons of water to grow 1 pound of avocados. And in comparison, it takes only 67 gallons of water to grow a pound of oranges. That's a lot of water if you think about it. It takes a lot of water to grow avocados, just like it takes hours of sacrifice to grow your business into fruition. It starts at the seed, the core purpose and vision of your business. And then it takes persistence, hard work, drive, authenticity, and innovation to build those unctuous layers of flesh around that seed. When growing Fresco, I had to constantly find ways to attract people to come. I made a social media postings calendar to constantly make people think about Fresco. I had to experiment with new dishes to try to attract as many people as possible. I had to find ways to minimize costs and wastage. All these things contributed to building Fresco, my avocado. But remember, your business is never just successful. It is always growing, and so you will constantly have to work on it. Going back to innovation, let's do a recap. Innovation is about reinventing something, doing something in a unique way, just like what Jack Ma did with Alibaba and what I tried to do with my grilled caprese. Secondly, innovation is about doing something different in a completely new surrounding, like opening Fresco at UWCSEA. But why is innovation in business so important for our future? At the recent careers fair at UWCSEA, the biggest thing that stood out to me was that all of the speaker panels and presentations that I had gone to had mentioned the fact that the jobs my generation are going to have, the companies we're going to work for or even own, don't even exist yet. The nature of our rapidly changing society requires us to innovate and to find new platforms for us to go to greater heights. And that is why you should not be afraid to become an entrepreneur. In a nutshell, entrepreneurs are these people who have these ideas, they have these passions and see needs in the world and decide to step up and just do it. If we can train this entrepreneurial mindset in young people today, we can eventually solve some of our world's greatest issues once and for all. We should teach the younger generation how to innovate, how to communicate complex ideas, how to lead others, and how to tap into intuition. We need to harness these skills in young people today in order to allow some of our greatest ideas and innovations to flourish. So, here's a little video that was created by Grasshopper, a company in the US, that will hopefully inspire you to take what I've said today and use it to do something great. My very last message to you all is, as many of you have heard before, from either Nike or Shia LaBeouf, is to just do it. A thought remains a thought, an idea remains an idea if we do not act upon it. Don't let dreams be dreams. If we can just adjust our mindset and believe that we can break boundaries, we can eventually revolutionize the way that we change our world. So, don't be afraid to become an entrepreneur. Go out there, find something that you're passionate about, and start a revolution. Thank you.